Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a major development that has captured global attention: Ukrainian drones striking Russia's $1.2 billion Moscow city towers. This incident not only shook the heart of Russia's capital but also raised serious questions about the security, performance, and overall resilience of one of Moscow's most iconic modern architectural achievements. We will look at the exterior, the interior, how this massive tower performs under both normal and extraordinary circumstances, the safety features that were put to the test, the unique selling points that once made it a pride of Russian modern development, the staggering price involved in such a structure, and finally, what conclusions can be drawn from this dramatic moment in history. From the outside, the Moscow city towers stand as symbols of ambition and wealth. The sleek, futuristic glass exteriors shimmer in the daylight and glow magnificently at night, projecting Russia's economic strength and its desire to compete with global business hubs like Dubai, London, and New York. Designed to impress both locals and foreigners, the towers dominate Moscow's skyline. They rise high above traditional Soviet-era buildings, blending steel and glass in a way that reflects global architectural trends while sending a message of power and modernity. The exterior was carefully crafted to represent Moscow as a forward-looking city, one that could host multinational corporations, banks, and luxury hotels. However, the drone strikes have revealed the vulnerabilities of these glossy facades. Glass walls, no matter how expensive, are fragile when hit by modern weaponry, and what was once a symbol of strength suddenly became an exposed weakness. Images of shattered windows and blackened surfaces now circulate across the world, showing how quickly grandeur can be reduced to rubble when war pierces the heart of commerce. Inside the towers, the design is all about luxury, efficiency, and functionality. The interiors feature high-end materials, from marble floors to polished chrome details, wide-open office spaces with panoramic views of the city, and state-of-the-art facilities meant to attract international companies. Offices were equipped with the latest technology to support modern business needs, and luxury apartments in certain parts of the towers offered residents exclusive amenities such as private gyms, spa facilities, and high-class restaurants. The shortcoming, however, is that despite all this luxury, the interiors were never built to withstand direct attacks. When the drones struck, smoke and debris invaded spaces that were meant to showcase success and sophistication. What once was marketed as a safe investment in the future suddenly looked more fragile than ever. When it comes to performance, the Moscow city towers were built not only to provide working and living space but also to perform as a global symbol of Russia's economic resilience. They housed foreign companies, Russian banks, and even government offices, making them not just buildings but instruments of geopolitical messaging. On a practical level, the towers performed well as business hubs, offering fast elevators, advanced heating and cooling systems for the often harsh Moscow climate, and flexible interior layouts for businesses of different sizes. The towers were also integrated into the Moscow transportation system, allowing easy access for professionals and tourists alike. Yet in terms of performance under pressure, particularly military pressure, they fell short. No matter how modern the infrastructure, no skyscraper built for commerce can be expected to withstand a drone strike. This moment has forced many to ask, how well do such prestige projects really perform when the stakes are life and death rather than comfort and convenience? Safety features were a critical selling point of the towers when they were constructed. Fire suppression systems, advanced alarm networks, and reinforced foundations were installed to make sure that in case of emergencies such as fires, earthquakes, or power failures, people inside would be protected. Security protocols included 24/7 surveillance, on-site guards, and controlled access points. These features were meant to reassure businesses and residents that they were investing in one of the safest and most modern spaces in Russia. However, when the drones hit, many of these safety systems were tested in ways they were never designed for. Sprinklers could manage flames, but not the shock waves of explosions. Security guards could control intruders, but not aerial threats coming from hundreds of kilometers away. What this revealed is a fundamental gap between the traditional idea of building safety and the new reality of warfare in the 21st century, where even the tallest skyscraper can be reached by small, inexpensive drones. For many, this was a chilling reminder that no luxury feature can guarantee absolute safety in today's world. The unique selling points of the Moscow City Towers once made them irresistible to investors and developers. First was location. Sitting right in the heart of Moscow, these towers offered views of the Kremlin, the Moscow River, and the sprawling urban landscape. Then came prestige. Owning or renting space in Moscow City was a badge of success, a way to demonstrate one's place in the upper echelons of business and society. The towers also offered mixed-use spaces, combining offices, apartments, hotels, and retail centers all in one vertical city. For foreign companies seeking a base in Russia, these towers symbolized opportunity. For Russians themselves, they represented a step into a future less defined by Soviet limitations and more aligned with global ambitions. Yet after the strikes, these unique selling points have turned into questions. Does the location now make the towers too exposed as targets? Does prestige mean anything when the world sees vulnerability instead of strength? And what is the value of luxury when it can be destroyed in a matter of seconds? The price of these towers, over $1.2 billion, speaks volumes about the scale of the project. This was not a modest investment but a statement of national pride. Billions were poured into construction, design, and infrastructure to make sure the towers rivaled the world's most famous skyscrapers. Businesses paid top dollar to rent offices there, residents paid astronomical sums for apartments, and retail spaces charged luxury rates to match the clientele. But after the strikes, questions about that price have grown sharper. Was it worth pouring billions into glass and steel if they can be compromised so easily? Could the same money have been invested in strengthening the city's defenses, infrastructure, or public welfare? To many critics, the contrast between the high price of construction and the ease with which drones penetrated defenses makes the towers a symbol of misplaced priorities. In conclusion, the drone strikes on the Moscow City Towers have shaken not only the physical structure of the building but also the symbolic foundation it was built upon. From the exterior that once shined as a beacon of Russian modernity, to the interiors that showcased luxury and wealth, every part of the towers was designed to represent progress. Yet their performance under attack revealed that appearances can crumble faster than the glass windows that now lie shattered across Moscow's streets. Safety features that were marketed as advanced could not withstand modern warfare, and unique selling points such as prestige and location now appear to be liabilities instead of strengths. The $1.2 billion price tag has become a reminder of how fragile investments can be in times of conflict. Ultimately, the story of the Moscow City Towers is no longer just about architecture or economics, it has become a story about vulnerability in an age where even the tallest and most expensive symbols of power can be reduced to rubble by low-cost, high-impact technology. The aftermath has also reshaped how the world views modern architecture in conflict zones. No matter how much glass and steel are polished to perfection, no structure is immune to the realities of modern warfare. Investors, governments, and ordinary citizens alike are forced to reconsider what safety and performance really mean. In a world where technology has leveled the playing field between nations and individuals, the Moscow City Towers stand as both a monument to ambition and a warning about vulnerability. And that is what makes this event not just another chapter in the Russia-Ukraine war, but a turning point in how we think about the future of our cities and the buildings that define them.